Couple of recent interviews with Michael Hunter here. He says he's chasing both Joes in the heavyweight division. That's Joseph Parker and Joe Joyce. A lot of people say that Joyce is the bogeyman, the boogeyman of the heavyweight division, and that nobody wants that smoke with him. Well, Michael Hunter apparently does, but he said the same thing about Filip Hrgovic and then pulled out of the fight when it was about to get made. So we'll see whether he's a man of his word on that. He also says that he has agreed to fight Joseph Parker. I don't know whether there's any connection, whether there's any correspondence between his team and Parker's team, or whether it's just like a verbal agreement that he's had with Parker over social media or maybe face to face when Michael Hunter was in London. What I can tell you is, despite Michael Hunter really struggling in his fight against Jerry Forrest, I'm still picking him to beat Joseph Parker if that fight gets made next. I was not impressed by Joseph Parker's performance against Jack Massey. He came in a lot lighter than he was against Joyce, needed to. No idea why he was so heavy against Joyce. That was a terrible tactical error. But yeah, he came in lighter against Massey, but it still didn't look great. Struggled, and Massey is nowhere near the boxer that Michael Hunter is. Yes, Joseph Parker won, but he still got hit with plenty of shots and still found it very difficult to get his boxing going. Hunter will give him absolute fits. I've got no doubt about it. So I'm just saying it from the get-go. If Joseph Parker versus Michael Hunter gets made anytime soon, 100% I'm picking Michael Hunter to beat Joseph Parker on points. Would I rule out a stoppage either way? No, but to me that's probably a points fight and Michael Hunter wins. Styles make fights. I'm not even sitting here telling you that Joseph Parker is done. I know a lot of people are. I wouldn't necessarily go that far. I think he's so used to fighting bigger, slower men that when he was fighting a smaller guy like Jack Massey, a guy who moves a bit more, and it's the subtle things that a lot of people won't necessarily notice that smaller guys do that bigger guys don't do so much. So I think he's just so used to fighting big guys that a smaller guy was awkward for him. I'm not going to say that Parker is totally over the hill yet. But yeah, against Michael Hunter, if he thinks that Massey gave him issues, Hunter's going to give him absolute nightmares. So that's my take on that. Obviously, Michael Hunter's last scheduled fight was Hughie Fury, but Fury pulled out twice, so that never happened. So we'll see where he goes from here. If he gets another opportunity, like he did with Filip Hrgovic, he would be unbelievably foolish to pass that opportunity up again. He must... Part of him surely is kicking himself that he didn't take the Hrgovic fight, especially in light of how much Hrgovic struggled against Zhilei Zhang. Again, Styles make fights and Hunter is nothing like Zhang, but he must have looked at that fight and thought, wow, this guy's beatable. And I'm sure Hrgovic would have looked at the Jerry Forrest fight and thought that Michael Hunter's very beatable. Obviously, he wanted to fight Michael Hunter anyway, prior to the Forrest fight. But yeah, that's my take on Michael Hunter's current situation. I still view him as a dark horse in the heavyweight division who could cause one or two upsets before his time is done in the sport. Let me know what you guys think.